Good evening, I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. Well, folks, we did it. I don't know if this is something we want to celebrate or not, but today we hit the triple digits. 100 degrees was our high temperature today. It was around 440 this afternoon at Hartsfield-Jackson when that temperature made it up to 100 degrees. And it was only for a brief time, but that was long enough for it to be counted as our official high temperature for today. Even though that was our hottest temperature that we've had in over a year, it still didn't break a record, though. We'll talk more about those records for you coming up in just a few minutes. But speaking of the last time we hit 100, of course, we did that today. Before that, it was a little bit over a year ago. On June 25th, 2024, we also hit 100 degrees. And then before that, you have to go back to 2019 before we hit 100. And then before that, 2016. So as you can see here, it is not, rare necessarily. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's also not classified as rare that we hit 100. We do that occasionally, but it just doesn't really happen that often. Remember, yesterday we had a high of 99 degrees. So it was 2 days in a row with these extremely hot temperatures around. And I do think we're going to get a little break on that for tomorrow. Now, I also want to show you what we're watching right now. Thanks to that intense heat and all the humidity, we've been seeing some scattered showers developing, and we were tracking some of these at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock for you as they were just developing, but actually they have been intensifying a little bit more here during the evening hours, and we're watching these pretty much lining up from northeast Georgia, stretching down through North Atlanta, and then through Atlanta on the west side, and then south and west of the city. It's just this pretty much almost like a line of showers has just developed. It's not moving that much. These showers are really just kind of drifting down toward the south and also to the west here. In fact, I'll put this into motion. This is for the past 2 hours, this loop is here. And you see how these developed in northeast Georgia. They start diminishing, not as strong there now, but then these on the west side started developing a little bit more. We're getting a couple of other showers developing there in parts of Paulding County, and then some on the west side here through South Fulton County, Coweta County, and Coweta County and Fayette County, getting some heavy rain and a lot of thunder and lightning with that right on the county line. We're going to take a closer look at all of these cells for you coming up in just a second, but that stretches down into southern Coweta, some of that moving into the northern parts of Meriwether County, where they're getting some new fresh lightning strikes there now. Also over toward Athens, as you get into Barrow County, Jackson County, near Clark County, and near Oconee County, some additional showers are developing there. And in far east Georgia, near the South Carolina line, we have a few showers that are developing there too. And again, they just erupt there with the heat and humidity. They're not moving very quickly, but as you can see here, it's just kind of a drift down toward the south and also to the west there, with that heaviest rain on the south side right now. If you're looking inside the city of Atlanta, notice that Atlanta downtown is dry. We had a good shower that came through Midtown and the downtown area a moment ago. East half of the perimeter is dry. We don't have any rain, not much of it over there in DeKalb County, but here into Fulton County, the north end of the perimeter, the west side of the perimeter, and southwest of us going down 85 south through South Fulton County into parts of Coweta County. That's where we have some of those heavier showers now. And then this one just developing there, this must be from a little bit of an outflow, I'm thinking, from some of these storms over in parts of East Cobb and Southeast Cobb, where that outflow is kind of making some of these showers develop there in parts of Paulding County near Dallas. So again, not everybody getting hit by these showers and storms. My wife is up in Gwinnett County right now. No rain at our house right now. I was hoping we would at least get something for the grass, but nothing going on there. But however, in this area of where folks are seeing rain, they are getting a good bit, and their grass is getting a lot of water. So here's a closer look at the city of Atlanta. That heavier rain, again, the north side of the perimeter up near Sandy Springs here, stretching on over into Cobb County there near Smyrna at Truist Park, getting some showers. There on that west side of the perimeter, going out I-20, a few of those showers. Here it is close up here. You can see these in Smyrna right up to Marietta, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody, Dorville, Chamblee, trying to get a couple of showers there in those spots too, and up near Brookhaven, getting some of those showers in those areas. And again, as I mentioned, there's kind of drifting. So I'm going to track this area of rain going from northeast back down through the city and southwest of the city so we can get a closer look at these. Now, The ones in northeast Georgia. This is getting us into Lumpkin County there at Dahlonega, White County there at Mossy Creek, Helen, on up into Union and Towns counties here, and over into Rabun County. It was heavier earlier with some thunder and lightning. Now, those showers are pretty much raining themselves out. Generally lighter rain there to the north and east of us. As we get a little closer to the city, here you see Lake Lanier, not getting a lot of rain except for the southwest part of Lake Lanier on the Forsyth County side, not too far, just north of Big Creek, where they are getting generally some light rain. Once you move into North Fulton, that's where we still see some more moderate showers, light to moderate there. It was heavier earlier, but that part of the north end is starting to weaken somewhat. Then, as you get down here closer to the city, on this west side here, that's still where we are having some heavier rain, along with a good bit of thunder and lightning with those storms. Now, these are not classified as severe. They're below what we would, have the severe criteria being 57, 58 mile an hour winds, or hail an inch in diameter or larger. And these storms just don't meet up to that. But they do have some winds, maybe 40 miles an hour or so, and some gusty, those gusty winds there, and then heavy rain and also thunder and lightning. As we move more, there's that west side of the perimeter here to the west of East Point along 154. This is just south of I-20 on the west side of the perimeter. Going down over into South Fulton County, there's Chattahoochee Hills, Palmetto, and then going down into areas of Fayette County and also Coweta County. This cluster right here is really right on top of the radar site there and on top of the National Weather Service. That is where we have some heavy rain going on right now. And there has been really a pulse up in the lightning within that storm right there. In fact, in that storm alone, we have 95 lightning strikes here in the past 15 minutes. So in this red box right here, from Harrelson to Sonoya up to Peachtree City, 95 lightning strikes just in that cell alone. And then over to Coweta County and toward Moreland, not too far off from the Noonan area, a few more lightning strikes, but that cluster there is just very intense, and it's almost constant lightning within that storm there to the down there at Peachtree City. We also have a few showers that we've been watching here in Randolph County and also Cleburne County, and then south of Randolph near Shiloh, some thunder and lightning there too. So again, back closer to the city, you can see how these have just been developing along that somewhat of a line. The ones to the north and east, you see that's where we had the heavy rain and thunder and lightning there, up into areas of Forsyth County, into parts of Hall County and Dawson County too. But that's now letting up. These have pulsed up on the west side and growing here to the south and west. And we expect them to weaken a little bit too, because they're just not moving that much. And then I want to take you over toward the Athens area, because that's where we're seeing these that are just beginning to blow up a little bit, really north and west of Athens. So here's Athens right here in Clark County. We're seeing these kind of firing up there in Jackson County, over toward Barrow County with some of that more heavy rain, the northern part of Walton County there, just north of Monroe, where we see those showers that are firing up too. And as again, I mentioned those closer to the South Carolina line too. So this is just going to be with us for a little while. Some of these will diminish. What we're going to have to watch though is any of these storms collapse. It may form some outflow boundaries. In fact, I saw one of those developing right here. That may have caused some of these storms to erupt there in the southern parts of Coweta County. So again, still stuff to watch, but again, nothing really widespread, and so far, nothing has been severe. Now, I mentioned the lightning here that had 95 strikes with it. Well, here is all of North Georgia, including a little bit of Alabama. I don't include this over at the South Carolina line, just this red box here, showing about 144 lightning strikes in a 15-minute period. And the bulk of that is the 95 that are right there over Peachtree City and into parts of Fayette County. Here is a live look. I want to put this up full for you so you can see here what we're watching. This is at Truist Park right now, and when I just showed you there on the northwest side of the perimeter where we still had some of those pockets of heavy rain coming through, this is how it looks right now. And of course the stadium lights are off, but you can see the red lights flashing there at the stadium, and that's illuminating the raindrops that we have on the lens. And again, some of those showers here are moderate to heavy at times. Here is a view. This is up in Dahlonega at the University of North Georgia in Lumpkin County. I know this is getting dark. It's hard to see any rain coming down, but we had some good rain coming down just a little while ago up in Dahlonega. And then This is our view right now from our tower cam there on Arizona. Whoa, did you see that? There on Arizona Avenue, looking westward toward those storms. And I was just about to say, we were seeing a little bit of light on the horizon. The sun is setting a little bit earlier now, around 8:40, 8:41. And normally when I would do these live at 9, we would still see a lot of sunshine there. And if we didn't have a lot of clouds, we would be still seeing some orange there in the sky. But it's looking darker because of the rain that's coming down as we are looking westward toward the west side of the perimeter where we've been seeing all that rain. And again, you just saw that crazy lightning there just a moment ago. I want to hang on this shot just for a little bit longer. There's another one right there. Okay, I knew that we would be seeing another one there soon. So a lot of lightning out there. And of course, now that the sun has gone down, now that it's dark, we're able to see more of that lightning from a distance, even though the lightning may not be right on top of us here. So that's over on the west side and south and west of the city where we're seeing all of that lightning that is out there right now. And when it happens, it is definitely illuminating the sky. Well, let's check on the temperatures because, as you know, we mentioned earlier, it got hot today, 100 degrees, all right? What I want you to notice here, these areas that have gotten rain, notice how they have cooled off. So Athens is at 89. Gaines, and they didn't have any rain. So they're just 1 degree below 90 right now. Covington hasn't had any rain. It's 86 there. Thomaston, no rain. 82. It's come down a little bit. But in that area here from like up toward Gainesville and Hall County, it cooled to 79. Here in Atlanta, we have cooled to 81. And that rain wasn't right on top of Hartsfield, but it was close to Hartsfield. So a little bit of that rain-cooled air cooled it down a little bit. Peachtree City, where they're getting that heavy rain right now, 76 degrees. So that's what the rain-cooled air can do for you. Carrollton, 74. Marietta had some rain in 76. Canton, 79. But Rome and Dalton are dry. They're in the upper 80s, upper and mid 80s out there right now. So that's the difference of who's getting rain and who isn't. Now, here's another look at that 100-degree high temperature that we had today. And that was the official reading. It was around 4:40 this afternoon. It was also a mild start this morning with temperatures around 78 degrees. That 100-degree high temperature, 10 degrees above the average. We should be around 90 for our average high for this time of year, and our average low is 72. But even though we hit triple digits today, it still wasn't the record. It has been hotter on this date before. In fact, you go back to 1952 to find that hotter day than today when it was up to 103 degrees. And then no rain officially at Hartsfield-Jackson. We're about 2 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. Here's the official look, or a look at how those temperatures progressed today. Very mild in the upper 70s this morning, rising quickly during the day. We were at 90 already at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then noon was 92. We kept climbing today. I know you don't see 100 on here. You're seeing the hourlies. It was 99 at 4, 98 at 5, 99 at 6. But that 100-degree temperature happened at 4:40 this afternoon when it was the hottest out there. And then you can see how those temperatures were falling here during the evening hours, especially with some of that rain nearby the airport. Tomorrow, we do not have an 11 Alive weather impact alert for tomorrow, even though we have a heat advisory in effect. And the reason why is tomorrow, yes, it's still going to be hot. I really think we're going to stay below the heat advisory criteria tomorrow. And it's not going to be as intense tomorrow as it was today or as it was yesterday. So we're starting to kind of settle back down. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit closer to a normal summer day. I do think we'll be up to 93, a little bit above average, and we will have the heat index values. If y'all can hear me in there, I think I'm going to go a little longer tonight if y'all are okay with that. Let me know if y'all want me to wrap at 9:15, but I can keep going a little bit longer tonight because I still have a lot to talk about if y'all are okay with that. Okay, they just said that's fine, good deal. So tomorrow between 12 and 8, that's when we're going to see the hottest temperatures of the day. But it's not going to be as hot as it was today or yesterday. We're expecting highs around 93 degrees in the afternoon, with some scattered showers developing again in the afternoon hours and into the evening too. So even though it's not going to be an all-day rain, keep your umbrella with you because it's one of those things where it's going to be a dry for a lot of the day. But when you see a pop-up shower develop, you're going to wish you had your umbrella with you. So just keep it with you because you'll be glad that you had it when one of those happens to pop up. Now, I mentioned that we still have another heat advisory in effect, but I really think we're going to stay below heat advisory criteria. We would have to have heat index values of 105 or higher. We're only going with a high tomorrow of 93. I think that we'll have heat index values in the upper 90s, maybe 100, 101, or 102, but I don't think we'll make it up to 105. So I'm passing this along to you because the National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory. Notice that they took out the extreme heat warning over near Lake Oconee. That was the pink color there. So those of you over to the east are no longer in that excessive or extreme heat warning, but we do have that heat advisory in effect. So really, I think what the Weather Service is probably doing is just putting this out here. We think that with some rain around tomorrow and a few more clouds, it's not going to be as hot. But let's say you're in one of those areas where a shower doesn't pop up, and we can still see temperatures that get close to that heat advisory criteria. And so they're just kind of issuing that just to make sure everyone is aware of that possibility. Now, notice how the heat impact map is looking a little better than it has been. Number one, this is showing red, which is still major, but it's not a lot of red here. We don't see any purple on here like we had for today. The map had extreme on there. So this again is showing an improvement as well. Now going into Thursday, a little more red, showing again some of those major impacts, but still no purple showing up here. So again, this is just more typical to a little bit more than a little warmer or hotter than average going through the next couple of days. And then, all right, this one for some reason is not coming in right now. The KML file may have not updated here. But Friday, actually, those heat impacts are much lower. And into Saturday, check this out, only the yellow color, it's going to be cooler on Saturday with our high temperatures only in the 80s here. So we just see minor heat impacts for Saturday. I think that's something to celebrate, but just know we're also going to have a few more of those showers around as well. Mid 70s to start the day in the morning, but it looks dry. We'll have some clouds around. It's going to be a muggy start, and then we get up to 93 in the afternoon. Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of our models, some models are showing highs tomorrow only in the 80s, but those models are banking on more showers around. I think we're going to have fewer showers. We're going to have some scattered showers tomorrow, but I still think there will be some spots who get up into the 90s. But again, if it happens to be raining on you at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, you'll drop down into the 80s there too, or maybe even cooler. But that is when we do think that we'll see a little better chance for some of those scattered showers getting up in the afternoon and early evening to about 50%. So watch this tonight. We have a few of those scattered showers that are around. And some of those will linger to around midnight or after in some areas, and then it's going to be calming down overnight. Tomorrow morning, we have a few of those clouds. It's going to be that muggy start with temperatures that are going to be in the low to mid 70s, actually, really more mid 70s than lower 70s. At lunchtime, still dry in the afternoon. Now, notice how this model's not showing a lot of rain. However, some of them are showing a better coverage of rain around. So if this is the case, and we don't see as many clouds or as many showers around, then yeah, 93 is looking a lot more likely. Or maybe there could be some spots bumping up a little bit higher to possibly 95. But again, if a shower happens to pop up over you, then it's going to be a lot cooler in the afternoon. So that's why these high temperatures are a real struggle there, because it depends on the cloud cover and if we see many showers around. Thursday, again, another one of those days, scattered showers are going to be developing out there, but it's not going to be widespread, not everywhere. And again, on Thursday, we're going to be generally there 92 degrees. On Friday, I'm thinking maybe about 93 degrees. And some of those scattered showers are going to be popping up once again in the afternoon and into the evening. So we're holding on to a 40% chance for showers on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, going down to a 30% chance here on Sunday. And look at the rain comparison. The models have some big differences today on what to expect as far as rainfall over the next 7 days. The American model showing in Atlanta maybe about an inch, maybe an inch and a half or so over to the east of the city. Compare that to the European model. This is showing almost 3 inches of rain in Atlanta, over 3 inches in Duluth, and also over into Athens, 2.5 over on the east side. So this all depends on just where any of those heavier showers could set up here through the 7-day period. So when we show you these comparisons, I do it for a couple of reasons. Number one, just so you can see that there is a range of what we're looking at, that nothing's really set in stone. But it's also to kind of tell you how you may see somebody share a computer model on social media or something and think that that's the gospel, but really it's just guidance. We look at these models and we see that the European's going high and the American model is going kind of moderate there. And so we watch for the trends in those models to see if they start coming together a little bit more. And most likely that European model is going to be coming down, and maybe the American model will come up a little bit too. So that's just kind of the tools that we use, but it's not necessarily the gospel of what exactly is going to happen. Now, we do think that this is going to be we have a confidence level that these temperatures will be going down a good bit going into the weekend here. We're going to be around 93, 92 degrees over the next few days, and then cooler air, 85 for a high on Saturday, 82 on Sunday. What's going to happen is we're going to have a little front come in here. It's going to stall out to the south of us. North of that front, we're going to get an east wind rolling in. It's somewhat of a summer type wedge with that easterly flow. That'll cool us off a little bit more. But it also, with the rain, is going to make it maybe a little more overcast at times. There's not as much sunshine around. So we're going to see how that is going to play out as we head into the weekend there. So here's a look at those high temperatures. As I mentioned there, lower 90s on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 40% chance for showers here as we finish up the work week. So just be aware. Still hot, but just not as hot or not as intense as it has been over the past couple of days. Then Saturday and Sunday, that east wind sets up, and look what that does for us temperature-wise. We'll be in the mid and even lower 80s, and again with this, some models are saying on Sunday, we may not even get up to 80 degrees, but I think we will. I think that would be a big drop if we were only going to hold. I just don't think that summertime wedge would be that strong. But again, we'll wait and see on that. But 85 Saturday, 82 Sunday, mid 80s on Monday and Tuesday. Rain chances at 30% here on Sunday, 20% Monday, back to 30% on your Tuesday. So I just looked up, I've been talking 22 minutes. Thanks for letting me go a little bit over here for you tonight, but I know we have so much to talk about. In fact, before I take y'all back to the radar loops, I just want to check radar here one more time. Just to get another look at these showers and storms out there, just to make sure that nothing else has really materialized. Still a good bit of lightning with that. And since I am on this particular map, I want to do another lightning count. The last one I showed you, I believe, was saying 144 lightning strikes. It's now 143, so only come down just a little bit here, but still that main intensity of that lightning still looks like it's down there south of the city along 85 and parts of Coweta County and also into Fayette County. So thanks again for watching this extended live weather update here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. I'm going to keep monitoring these showers and storms for you. We'll be back on with you live at 11 o'clock on 11 Alive News. And then, of course, we'll have a lot more updates for you throughout the day tomorrow, right here from the 11 Alive Weather Impact team.
you.